Hi, we are less than a week to the end of the DV-2022 entry period. And at this time of the entry period, they are usually website gems. So in this video, I'll be discussing 3 things you can do to avoid those website gems and successfully submit your entry if you haven't done so yet. The first option is an obvious one. If you try submitting your entry at some time in the day and you are not successful, simply try at some other time in the day, because what I've realized is that entry submission is easier at some time of the day than others. The second option is at night. If you try submitting your entry during the day and that is not successful, then try at night. From my experience, it is much easier to submit entries from 9 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock a.m. the next day. And that is because internet providers' networks are generally busier during the day than at night. So you have a higher possibility of succeeding submitting your entry at night than during the day. The final option, if you have difficulty in submitting your entry, is to clear your browsing history. As you may be aware, as we browse the internet, our browser saves history of our online activities, and that makes it difficult to submit online forms. So clearing your browsing history usually helps in submitting whatsoever form it may be online, including the DV entry form. Let us see how that can be done. Now here I am at the end of the first part of the entry form. Now this is a smart form, so your answers to questions number 14 and 15 will determine what happens next. As you can see, I've already chosen for question number 14, married and my spouse is not a U.S. citizen. And then for question number 15, I'm going to choose the number of children to be 4. All right, so this should lead us to the second part of the form, that is the part for the spouse and the 4 children. So I'm going to click on the continue button, and what usually happens at this time of the entry period is that it's usually difficult for large families to access the second part of the entry form. So let us click on that entry on the continue button and see what happens next. As you can see, the second part of the entry form did not load. We were led to this page instead. This is a common scenario at this time of the entry period due to website jams, especially for those that have large families. So let us move over to our browser settings to see how we can clear our browsing history and possibly submit our entry form. Now, to clear browsing history, the process is very simple. I'm using Google Chrome, but it works for all browsers generally. Just move the right hand side of your screen, upper right hand corner, where you see these 3 dots. You click on them, and then scroll down the menu that opens down to settings. Then you click on settings, and the setup is going to open. On the left hand side of the screen, you have privacy and security as part of the settings tab. Now click on that, and that is going to take you to the privacy and security tab, where you have the first item to be clear browsing history. Now by clicking on that, it opens your browsing history and all items that you can clear to have no space to allow your browser to successfully submit your DV entry form. So to do that, finally, we will have to click on clear data. And once that is done, all of these data will be cleared, and it's going to be much more easier to submit your DV entry form. So that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope it was helpful to you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more informative videos about the Diversity Visa program. Thank you, and goodbye, and good luck.